Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. That's the answer. This is the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are getting back to Ted Lasso Season 2. This is Episode 5 called Rainbow. Look, we're coming off the Christmas episode, so it kind of feels like it might almost be a reset of sorts, but maybe not. We'll see. Show's been a blast. I will not be disappointed on it.
Hey, look, the last episode showed a lot of team bonding and even owner and coach bonding, so I'm definitely ready, willing, and able to see where we go from there.
Yeah, I think they took the whole theme of Christmas and really used it more as a picture into how the team is growing together as a cohesive unit, not just on the pitch, but as a group of guys who genuinely care about each other. So, interesting to just have a Christmas episode, but I do think that's going to tie in a lot to the overall vibe and kind of the way the locker room is. So.
All right, without further ado, then let's go!
Greek tavern, but they got euros in there.
Doing flip flops.
Delicious.
Look what one can
Oh
do.
my God, I only had €1 the entire time in Greece because there's so much other food to have and everything is delicious.
Sorry, I was waiting for you to ask if I needed any. So, this is my mum and dad's favourite restaurant, and Friday's their 35th wedding anniversary. Jade.
How do you know my name?
I don't, that's what the 35th wedding anniversary is, Jade.
Wow, how about that?
7:30, 3 people, and really want to make sure we get the window table.
I have to talk to Derek.
Why would that be a problem? Because it seats 4?
Under Ted Lasso, Richmond, well, they're like a woman behind the wheel, completely lost.
George, didn't you lose your license drink driving?
An allergic reaction to my medication.
Is that the same medication that made you piss your pants?
I'm sorry, I can't guarantee a reservation for the window table.
I know Roy Kent, if that's...
Is he your dad?
No.
Please let us know if Mr. Kent ever wants the window table.
Oh, is he going to call in a favor?
Okay, thank you.
Why is she... I've never seen somebody clean like that before.
I think that was, she's not treating Nate so nice.
Oh, it's not claymation like the last one for the holidays. Oh.
Oh, team's having some.
Hey, hit pause for me. Hey, fellas. No, I gave you an indoor whistle.
What is rom-communism?
Well, Bumbercatch, it is a worldview that reminds us that romantic comedies with folks like Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan, or Julia Roberts, and Hugh Grant, or who am I missing, Coach?
Drew Barrymore.
Mm-hmm.
So, Matthew McConaughey, obviously.
Right, yeah.
The 3 Kates.
Yep.
Beckinsale, Hudson, Winslet.
The 3 Ks.
I enjoy Renee Zellweger in all the Bridget Jones movies. I mean, her accent is...
Ranbir Kapoor?
If all those attractive people with their amazing apartments and interesting jobs, usually in some creative field,
Marketing.
Lighthearted struggles.
our job is to have 0 expectations and just let go.
Are you heard him? You need to stop playing like shit.
Not exactly what I said, but I appreciate you, Isaac. Let's watch the second half. Come on, Coach.
Hey, anyone know what's going on with Isaac?
I got no idea.
Maybe it's Piles.
I've accepted aubergine and snogging.
Snogging.
Oh, we're playing Sheffield Saturday.
Sheffield Wednesday, Saturday.
We got to play them twice in the same week?
The club is called Sheffield Wednesday, including but not limited to Saturdays, which again is the day of the week we will be playing.
This Saturday? I can't. I got plans.
I'm leaving.
Oh, come on.
I guess it only makes sense if you know my nan, but when she wears a hairnet, it looks like puppies are trying to escape from it.
Oh.
I am not crazy.
No, that's okay. We got it. I know exactly what Isaac needs. Thank you, though.
Okay.
Interesting.
And I can't very well ask Isaac to pull himself aside, because that'd be dangerous close to messing with the, what's it?
The dark arts?
No.
Space time continuum.
That's it.
The dark arts.
You didn't laugh. You knew he was being serious?
Yeah, man.
Shoot. Busted. I'm sorry about that, Nate. But I do appreciate the offer, you know? I just think we got to get him a real big dog.
Yeah. No, of course. Me too.
Yeah.
Ooh. 2 hits for Nate this episode.
I'm okay with Fanny.
A bunch of Nespressos.
Please don't forget to post when you make yourselves an Americano.
I'll put someone on my Insta straight away.
Thanks, Colin. Oh, wait. Do you think you can make this one post not about Welsh independence?
Yeah.
So can I, like, give this back to you and you give me cash? Is that a thing? Or?
No.
That would be Quinn.
Sorry, it's just this mystery man that I've been talking to on Banter has just quoted,
Oh, banter.
"Our deepest fears are like dragons guarding our deepest treasures."
Oh, that's so hot.
Less revealing, but more revealing.
Jesus, where's the rest of it? Christ.
I mean, shouldn't romance have a mystery to it?
Oh, Danny, enjoy your free coffee.
Oh, I don't drink coffee. My mother says I was born caffeinated. But is it okay if I give it to my neighbor? She also doesn't drink coffee, but her son does, and she's trying to encourage more visits from him.
Sure.
Look at this.
Sorry, Nate. They're actually just for the players.
Oh, that's 3 hits for Nate.
Hate free coffee anyway. It always tastes so well. Yeah, fine.
Wow, what's up with Nate's bad day? Only big talk, agreed.
Yes.
What are we?
Oh, here we
Oh,
go.
here it is.
I never look over anyone's shoulders to see what's on their screens. I used to. I'll ring her back later. Keeps it fresh.
It is so odd to imagine you young.
Yeah, I get that a lot. I was the only kid in primary school with sciatica.
Gelatinous.
Night I met my wife, I was attempting to be a brooding punk with hair spiked out to here. And then She's a Rainbow came on, and I started playing upright air bass, pouring beer all over my head.
Oh.
Everyone in the bar laughed, except one person. I've been married to her for 29 years. The best brand is just being yourself.
That's what Chris Cornell taught us. Be yourself.
There it is.
I'll give you that. He did. Someone let us know in the comments that is his real wife in real life.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Yeah.
Love, I suppose.
Oh,
It's fine. It's fine.
You need something?
No, me. No, me. No, thank you. No, but
just ask for some help, Nate.
there is possibly one little thing that you might be able to help with.
Yeah, come sit down.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, the dinner reservation.
These pillows.
Can you make me famous?
No. Nate, you don't want to be famous.
I don't.
No. Be photographers all up your bum.
Yuck.
Yeah, and tabloids going through your rubbish.
I don't want that.
Groupies everywhere.
That's not horrible.
Famous people get sent so much free shit. A lot of the time they don't really figure out what they want.
Oh, that was a good line.
Is that it?
Well, that plus maybe some of those groupies you mentioned earlier. It's a taste of Athens in Tooting.
Did he just say Tooting?
Tooting. It's his parents' favourite place.
The place that my dad complains about the least.
Well, it's something called a taste of Athens in Tooting.
No, it's impossible.
Right, well, there's a simple solution to that. I'll just buy the restaurant.
Buy a man a table he eats once. You teach a man how to get a table, and he eats at that restaurant until it becomes a Starbucks.
Just be assertive.
Yes, yes.
It's really.
Oh my God. We've got work to do.
Mm-hmm.
Was that George Watt and then Roy?
Either you take down my photo or you start giving me free kebabs.
$7.50, mate.
Fair enough.
No way. Fancy running into you here. After asking Keely where you were and scooting my boot right over, that is.
She told me to expect a mustachioed surprise that would anger me. I thought it was going to be Wario.
Wario.
I appreciate your effusiveness despite her appearance. I'll have what he's having.
I'll have what he's having.
Why are you bothering me at my kebab place? This is like my church.
Oh, who knew transubstantiation could happen with the pita? What do you think about joining the coaching staff, Roy? And look, Roy, if you enjoy doing the whole pundit thing, then by all means, you should do it for the rest of your life.
Why won't you let me be happy?
Bedside manner, reading charts, cutting up shit. How's that kebab, my friend?
Well, to quote Drizzy, it's the best I ever had.
Good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Drizzy?
He's all up in his head, isn't he?
Yes, he is. And I need him to check out of there by Saturday. You got any ideas?
Let me finish my kebab and pray on it.
For the collection plate. Later, skater.
He's not even gonna finish his kebab?
No, he took it
This
with
place
him.
is ruined now.
May I help you?
Yes, Shelley, party of 3.
Oh, yes, Mr. Shelfie.
It's Shelley, and you know it, you dithering castrol.
Have you ever been in a room full of football club chairmen?
No.
Every time I walk into one of those meetings, they look at me like some schoolgirl with pigtails.
Oh, you'd look well fit with pigtails.
Well,
I make myself big. Before I go into the room,
That's how you stop a bear.
I stand up on my tiptoes, put my arms in the air, and make myself as big as possible to feel my own power.
well, she's like 5'10" to begin with.
Like this.
You're amazing.
It's a bit silly, but it works for me. Find your own thing.
She said
but don't back down, Nathan.
She said, let's invade France.
What the hell are we gonna do here, Roy, anyway?
Same thing you do when you cross an elephant with a rhinoceros. Hell if I know. Look, Roy just told me to bring you to this address, ready to play.
Elf.
I'm writing that one down.
That's an old growing pains joke.
Do you know where you're going?
But no, this is it. Here, I'll just text him and let him know we're here.
It's like a horror. What is this?
And during my career, when I was going through a bad patch, I'd come back here, play. Oi! This is Isaac. These are all the other fucks. You're with them.
What about me? What do I get to do?
Nothing.
Oh, come on. I keep score?
Fine.
All right. I'm going to use my fingers. It's 0-0.
0-0.
It is nil.
Shelley, party of 3.
Let's see, Shelley.
No, my name.
Look.
Yes, that's correct. In fact, that's all our names. That's my dad there and my mum as well. We're all Shelleys. A gaggle of Shelleys.
Stop blabbing at the young lady. Your mother's hungry.
Stop it, Lloyd. Forgive your father, my darling. He's been wanting the Saganaki all week.
As you may remember, it's their 35th wedding anniversary. Jade.
Of course. Right this way.
Oh, now's the time, Nate.
Sorry, if you remember, I requested the window table.
Sorry, we don't take reservations for the window table.
But it's empty.
Right. So why can't I have it? Come on, Nate.
So this is what Oak does to make it feel like he's 5'6".
I'm already 5'10" and a half. The nurse gave it to me for my wellness check for my life insurance plan.
Fucking Shelley.
Why did he spit on the mirror?
He spit on the mirror.
By how quickly a gaggle of Shelleys can get through a 3-course meal and get out of it. So what do you say?
Okay.
Easy as that.
Mum, Dad. She'd like to give me a number as well.
No, that's okay.
He's pushing it.
Me too.
The dog.
I'm not a dog.
Good work, Nathan.
Pops is impressed. Oh, in his own way.
Yeah.
Hey, Roy. Sure you don't want to play? You on one leg's better than this fool on 2.
Well.
Maybe.
I think you hurt him. Emotionally.
What the fuck, Roy? Even when you were getting your legs broken, all your fucking feelings hurt. Except your feelings. Is that all right?
That was great.
Too many.
Kind of like all the nipples in that movie Showgirls. Halfway through, you don't even notice anymore. You just kind of get sucked into the narrative.
I dated Gina Gershon once.
Hey, good for you.
Makes me happy.
Come on.
He just laughs. Nice. There you go.
Found his smile. That's what he needed.
Came here tonight because when you realize you want to spend the rest of your life coaching with somebody, you want the rest of your life to begin ASAP.
Please stop.
You complete our team. So just a coach standing in front of a boy. Ask him.
Listen. Not now. Not ever.
As you wish.
Oh, got
Folks,
a
how many
classic
references
in there.
did you catch in that?
Set your alarm for PM instead of AM?
Yes, sir, Steve Kerr.
Happens.
Yeah, well, you know, I think a fella should only take as long as the tune Easy Lover by Phil Collins and Philip Bailey to get dressed.
That's a great song.
That is a jam. Just heard it earlier today.
What does a British owl say?
Ooh. Ooh.
Worth the wait.
Worth the wait.
Oh.
We need to get some of those hooligan scarves.
I have one for a Grease team.
My father wanted us in the best seats in the house.
I sat there because she was there.
My mother and my boyfriend were furious.
Yeah, my boyfriend.
A close friend of the family used the same storyline for the film Titanic, and we've been in litigation ever together.
Love is all right.
What the hell is that?
What was that?
Than just a game for two.
Well,
in love.
The Greyhounds.
Love was made
Stop with the foreplay. Telling your own Richmond that you fit.
No.
No, it can't
What?
be.
Told you a little earlier. It's
the app.
Something with.
Well, my door is always open.
And why even have one? Heck, Coach Beard could take that thing out for you, Jack Torrance style, with like 8 good whacks.
5 good whacks. Lumberjack World Championship qualifier, baby.
Roy, what do you think he'll do today?
I don't know. He's 17. He'll probably have chips for dinner and a wank before bed.
Apologies for the language.
All we do is sit around here and guess what a bunch of little pricks are going to back at half time, and we complain because they didn't do exactly what we thought they'd do. We don't know. Of course we don't know.
Here's his moment.
Yep.
Well, here's a look at your old team warming up in an interesting new way.
Oh, look what's on their jersey.
Yeah, they got the Banter app on there.
Oh, Banter, the app sponsors the team.
He's been a shadow of himself all season. I wonder what's gotten into him.
Love that. Yeah, come on, come on, man, come on.
He had some coaching.
There you go.
Coach.
What to do with Nate?
This isn't what I'm meant to do.
Roy!
Jeff, I have to
go. What movie? Let me know.
What, he's gonna run all the way there?
You're Roy Kent?
No, no. All right, I am. Take me to Nelson Road.
No, head at home. It's my anniversary, mate, and I still haven't bought a present. Nate, my wife loves cash.
Get your wife cash.
Sorry, mate, that's as far as I can get you.
I'll tell you the same thing Nicky Six said in the Motley Crue behind the music. You gotta date your wife.
Thanks, Roy.
Go!
Ah, the knee.
You see this new watch? You get me to Nelson Road in 10 minutes, it's yours.
Get in.
Yeah.
He's just trucking along.
Cheers. No. I'm Roy Kent. He does look like a little roundabout. Oh, for... I believe you're holding a ticket for Reba McIntyre.
He loved it.
The callback.
Reba. Well, because
with Reba McIntyre.
Well, he always changed the name.
That's right.
Enjoy the game. It's you.
It's you.
Oh, God, just imagine that.
Is that guy really tall right there, or is it just the angle?
He's everywhere. Like they're still playing the Stones.
Hello, Coach. Really glad you decided.
You had me at coach.
Beard, Coach Beard.
Oh, you know that one.
Yeah.
Oh, is Nate worried he's going to lose his job? Is that what that tension was for Nate?
well-
Or he just didn't get the reference, or that was weird with Nate?
Yeah,
right there.
the thing with Nate was a little strange.
Well,
I don't know if maybe they can.
Maybe he feels like he's not enough for Ted.
But you'd seem like he would be okay with, having a different way to reach some of the players. But first and foremost, I got to hear from all you folks out there of all the movies and the references from the rom-coms that they dropped in this one. I only got like maybe 2 of them. I'm terrible. But you folks let me know what they all were. I think that'd be a lot of fun to go through the comments and read those. But Oak, I got to hand it to you. You did call it with the app that something would go on between Coach Lasso and Rebecca. You did call it, and that's the vibe. Unless they're toying with us because they had him on the phone, kind of snickering. But who else would he be texting if not Rebecca?
Yeah, look, something's happening, right? Is it going to be Ted? I felt like okay, Ted and Rebecca, the owner, whatever, they've been there for each other for a lot of stuff, They put it out there. She's giggling, he's walking and giggling. So
Seems awfully convenient if that wasn't
seems awfully convenient. So, look, this was another really fun episode. Roy was good at announcing, but you could tell he went there and he didn't love just talking about the game.
Well, especially after he helped Isaac, he was like, "I know
he
what
realizes
I'm meant to do."
there's something there's something more to him and what he can bring. And I think when you're with a sport for so long or any activity so long and you're done, you want to still be a part of it. But can you make an impact being an announcer? And it's like, no, you can still be part of it. You can still get to, I've been doing commentary on bodybuilding for years, and I love it because people are paying me money to talk about something I love.
Yep.
But at the same time, like when you can go and you can make a difference, and I think that's being on the sidelines versus being in a booth. Those are 2 totally different things. And that's why. So many. I mean, you look in college, NFL, high school, every level of sports. Usually coaches are former players or people who really loved it, and sometimes you get people at the highest level coaching at lower levels. Here in the U.S. for our American football, every once in a while you'll get somebody in NFL coaching a high school football team because it's their kids' team or their old high school or something that they love. So I think it's great to see Roy back there. The players are going to be able to connect with him also on a different level. I mean, there's something to be said for a player being able to talk to a coach who has been in their shoes, who has been down that road. So I think that's a big part of it too. And of course, they all played with Roy as well. So there's just a different level of relationship there. It was a fun episode with all the romantic comedy lines. That was great. I loved the way
communism.
Yeah, how many of those did you catch?
I wasn't making a list, but a lot. I mean, they're just basically famous. There's probably 10 of them that I caught. I mean, I don't know how many they made in there. It was a lot, you know. But look, another really fun episode. I mean, they did such a good job with this, and you're starting to see Nate get a little bit of confidence. That was really great. He even decided to ask the girl out. She said no, but the fact is that she shot a shot, right? He
was feeling confident.
Like, I mean, he was confident enough to ask somebody out. And for a lot of people, and I'm sure people who are introverted or just, you know, maybe lack the confidence in themselves sometimes, asking out a complete stranger, that's a huge step. And, you know, not to go back into George McFly, but it's like you put yourself out there and, you know, just don't know if I can handle that kind of rejection, you know? And so that was great to see Nate out there like that. It was a little weird at the end though. That's what I wasn't sure.
How they panned on Nate
and I was wondering, you know, look, I don't know anything about you know, football, soccer, and coaching, whether there's supposed to be 3 on the sidelines. Because the thing is, and look, I know this show has taken some criticism about the sporting side of it, not being very realistic. So I have no idea. Looking in basketball here in the United States, you basically have a head coach, an assistant coach, and then the bench. Isn't that usually how it is?
Oh, like the NBA?
Yeah.
Well, there's multiple coaches.
I know, but on the bench there.
Yeah, they're still right there. Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Okay. I always thought it was the head coach. See, shows how much I know. In football, obviously, you have the head coach, offensive and defensive coordinators. Half the coaches are up in a booth, though.
Yeah, you got all your assistant coaches up there for defense.
A lot of them aren't even on the sidelines, you know. So I don't know whether there's a limit for coaches. I have watched, you know, I'll watch, again, American, you know, I know you call it football, soccer. I'll just call it soccer for the sake of, you know, not going back and forth. But, you know, I've watched some soccer, and it seems like they always kind of focus on, kind of like they do in football, like somebody who appears to be the head coach. So that's the only thing I'm wondering is whether Nate feels like he's being replaced. Can you have 4 coaches on a sideline? That I don't know, but it was kind of weird to see Nate kind of on this upswing, and then all of a sudden some weird looks at the end, especially because that was the one thing Coach Lasso didn't really expect him to have, like this big talk, you know. And now we have Roy Kent back. But look, I love this episode. I really love. If you've seen, I'm doubting anybody's just caught season 2, episode 5, and not our previous reaction. So I love this entire show. Every single episode brings, I think, something of incredible value for me. They had a lot of fun with this one. The only thing I didn't understand really is the older couple, like breaking the fourth wall. Talking about the Titanic. So I'm guessing there's some sort of story behind that maybe I don't know about. You know, I do know, and again, not a soccer fan, but I do know. I saw an. Oh, Answer's looking it up right now. Oh, it's a When Harry Met Sally reference. Okay,
okay, there we go.
I was thinking like there was
never saw it.
There was you know, some stuff on the internet. It was a story about an older couple, and I have no idea what team they were there for. But they showed them side by side, like throughout the years at all these games. They were a regular at every game, and then they showed her the first time without the husband at a game, and it was like, oh, it just broke everybody's heart. And in any regard, a fun episode for me. Look, there again, another home run. I think this show, as far as I'm concerned, look, are there ones that are better than others? Yes. This one, you know, and they're all great. I don't know, man.
Yeah, for me, I liked how we had kind of the parallels with Roy coming to grips with what he's truly going to be happy with, and then Nate kind of finding himself in there a little bit and kind of finding out who he can be, you know, to get out of his own way a little bit, be a little bit assertive. He doesn't need to be famous to get a table, you know, and I think that was a good part that Keely had in there, which her character's been really fun this season too, kind of giving the advice, kind of from the sidelines even. But I like how she told him, you know, you don't need all that. You just kind of need to be assertive. And then of course they go talk to Rebecca, And she's like, oh, I just make myself tall. And I kind of had to crack. Well, she's like 5'10" to begin with, probably 6 foot in heels. So.
Yeah, but the thing is, she's equating it to she's going in and talking to all the footballers, you know, the club meetings where they're all these older, elderly men. So she's got to make herself seem bigger because she knows they're all going to try intimidating.
Yeah, but it was just funny because Rebecca is, I think, probably the tallest character on this show. So that's kind of fun. But nonetheless, it was good to see Rebecca in this mood where she's not so serious, she's not so business-like. She's able to have a little fun with Nate and Keely, and just kind of have that moment. They even set up the thing to have a little rehearsal thing for Nate to go through to get the reservations. But it was good to see Nate kind of come into his own a little bit. Like you said, Oak, he was feeling good. He was getting there. He figured out what the hell, I'll ask for a number 2, and that didn't work out. But at least he's got the table for his folks, and his dad did give him that little look of impressed, but in his own way. So that was fun, and it was good to see Roy able to coach, or rather to help Isaac kind of realize why he's playing soccer, why he's there to begin with. It's to have fun. I think, like anything, look, I don't care what you're doing, if it's working on cars or doing stand-up comedy or playing soccer, if you forget why you loved it and it just becomes a job to you, or just becomes a business or something you have to do, and you kind of forget the whole reason why you like doing it, look, the love's going to go out of it. And I think your performance would suffer because of that if you're just not into it. So I think that was really good for Isaac to see that, because he was a really fun character in some previous episodes, and it's good to see that he got to have a little moment, got to have an episode, and then be able to kind of come along with things. So yeah, this one was a lot of fun. I'm not sure how I feel about the romance, if there is one, between Ted and Rebecca. Like I said, Oak, I know you kind of called that on the app.
Teasing something
interesting, but I'm not sure if. Look, part of me is still holding out hope that Ted's going to get back together with his ex-wife somehow, some way, because that would be, I think, the best situation possibly. But I think that ship has probably sailed, and I'm probably just grasping at straws at that point. But it would be a real complicated thing for Ted and Rebecca.
He likes sassy now. He likes sassy Smurf.
Well, that's the thing.
It's funny that you literally answers in my head. I was just saying, what if with Ted, they're just showing both of them enjoying the app, and I know they showed whatever
misdirection.
Well, because Ted and Sassy had like their one night thing, right? But they gave us a little bit more with Ted and Sassy, right? They gave us a little bit more. And look, what are the odds that two people who already hooked up, who have mutual friends, would meet on an app? But what if, just follow along, what if the whole thing is they hooked up so superficially, the Marlboro Man or whatever she called him, and then they find out, like, because they have this app where you don't see somebody, what if Ted and Sassy find out they really have a lot in common, and then it reopens a door?
Could be.
But,
who knows?
But yeah, so overall, a fun episode. Like most of them are, lighthearted fun. I think Roy may have broke the record for F-bombs dropped in a 30-ish, 40-minute episode. I'd like to see some numbers on that, because they went all in for that. So
should have a counter.
Doing the editing on that one.
Real quick, Hannah is 5 foot. Who plays? Is 5'10" and 3/4 of an inch tall. So she is very tall.
I'm pretty good with my guesses.
And another great episode. What I love though with the parallel is that they showed something with the soccer courts at night, like in an underpass and everything. It's just like Rucker Park, like in New York, with basketball courts that they have that are in the streets that that a lot of kids would get out of their household. Like, he even pointed out the flat right there, and he's like, oh, that's a shitty flat. Hey, that's where I grew up. Oh, yeah, it's not that bad. No, it's the same thing as in America then with basketball. It's street ball, playing basketball on basketball courts, because it's a way to escape the flat. It's like you may have grown up there, but you lived right here. And I love that they did that, because it drew a lot of parallels for that. And
Blue chips.
Blue chips, yeah, that's they call it Shaq. That's where they found Shaq. And then this episode too is about, like, Nate's trying to find his way. Like, he's always this bumbling, maybe not doofus, but just, you know what I mean.
Lacks confidence.
He lacks confidence in himself, and they're hopefully giving it to him. They're trying to instill it some into him this episode, and he was getting it. And now with Roy Kent coming back, I think that's a hit to his confidence, because remember, he even offered to take care of it with Isaac.
Yeah.
And Ted laughed laughed about it.
Yeah, it's like, you can't do it.
And so like, and that's when you even had the counter, like, you're like, that's twice already. And then he wanted a coffee maker. Nope, you can't have it. So that was 3 coffee. That was 3 things like in the first like 10 minutes that they're like, nah, you don't get this.
Yep.
Nah, you don't get that. But so I'm hoping that they build on that maybe this is either growth now for Nate, or where does he go from here? Because now you know that what he's always craved the entire time, what he's always loved, I should say, is that he's always gotten attention from Ted. No matter what else was going on, he would always be able to get the attention from Ted. Like, goes back to the first episode when he's like, you want to know my name? He's like, well, yeah, I want to know your name. If you're going to be in the locker room, I need to know your name. So, like, he has all this love for Nate, even with the picture that he gave him was for the first win is him hugging him. Mm-hmm. So I feel like Nate's feeling like he's going to get pushed to the side with this. And so I just want to know how he's going to rebound from that. But once again, another great episode, as they all are with Ted Lasso. Brett, who is amazing in the show as Roy Kent, even doing the running and like with his knee every time is great. And then even with the final Rom communism reference with the old "you had me at coach" was, I thought, spectacular and icing on the cake.
Yeah, you'll have to let us know in the comments what romantic comedies you all caught from this one. But
Start the list.
To finish it off with the old Jerry Maguire, that was pretty. Look, as far as lines in romantic movies, the "you had me at hello" was always that's up there. Pretty top tier. Also, as you wish.
As you wish. That was one that I did
you
catch.
shall. No,
hit a
that
couple
wasn't
of my
on there,
favorites,
though.
that's for sure. So.
Oh, what a great show. I know you all enjoyed it just as much as we are. So for Appleton Oak, that's Mason Quinn. I'm, of course, the answer. We will catch you on the next one, pals.
Edge of the area.
Oh, Jamie.
He has options. Chooses Rojas.
Oh, Tart passing.
Tart and Rojas working together.
You could definitely see the Roy Kent effect.
And that leads them nicely into Saturday's FA Cup quarter-final.
He's a famous soccer player. I talked about him on a previous episode.
It kills me to say it, but Tottenham are a top side.
Oh,
what's his name?
Coming up next.
I don't know. I saw a viral video about him talking about an old teacher that believed in him when nobody else did. He talked about him and oh, wow.
Do you believe in guardian angels?
Are they like Guardians of the Galaxy?
Okay, so she hooked up with some younger guy.
Wait, are you naked in my kitchen?
Texting on the phone.
Put some clothes on. Mina the cleaner will be here any second.
Will there be biscuits with that?
Mother.
Oh!
I've left your father.
Oh!
It takes 2 people to create a pattern, but only 1 to change it. I am that change.
Good for you.
Luca, will you please put some clothes on?
Now the cleaner.
I'll start the study.
Wow. What a hot opener.
Hot start.
Wow.
Great morning, Isabel.
Hey, Ted.
Hey, Liam. Hey, tell your mom happy birthday for me. And whatever gift you end up getting her, let her know it's from both of us, huh?
It's got the Revenge of the Nerds laugh.
What's with that laugh?
I love your new mantra.
I'm a strong and capable man. I am not a piece of shit.
Well, Ted, make an appointment when you need to talk.
Hey, I talk all the time, Doc. Just let me follow you around for 10 minutes. After 5, you want me to hush my butt. Oh, look at it.
He's going to break down with her eventually.
And then what we got? David's versus Goliaths, right? You know, Rockies versus Apollos. Steve Weeby's against Billy Mitchell's. What's another one, Coach?
Pearl Jam versus Ticketmaster.
Has a team not in the Premier League, a la us, ever won the whole chimichanga?
8 times.
8 times? Really?
But not for 40 years.
Jeez.
Flaneur by nature.
I get that, yeah. Hey, Coach, what's up, Flaneur?
Wanderer.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Nothing. Jane and I got back together.
Oh, great. That's nice.
Fantastic.
Do you really think that's a good idea?
Saying the quiet part out loud.
Oh, shit. 2 missed calls from her.
You're in bed.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to request an emergency meeting of the Diamond Dogs.
Diamond Dogs, mount up. Hey, Roy, you want to sit in with us?
Well, he looks a little bit. Yeah. No, you don't come through here. That's fine.
Why would he put the other leg up?
Yeah. Probably called the Earls of Risk. And, well, I let him know that. I told him so, and he was not too pleased. All right, and that is the last time I ever gave a best man speech.
Whoops.
Relationships due to my dad sabotaging one of my first loves. In year 4, he sat me and my classmate Nadia Shookums down in the living room and said he thought we could both do better.
Both do better.
Well, that's a heaping spoonful of truth soup right there.
Both do better. What?
Stupid barking means it's over, right?
Yes, sir. Welcome back.
Oh, yeah, that was a doozy.
What's wrong?
Jane's roommate flipped out on her.
Oh.
Kicked her out of the house.
Oh, no.
So now she's moving in with me.
Oh, that's good.
That's great news. Congratulations.
Thanks, God.
Why did she get kicked out?
All right, chin up, lads.
Come on, Colin, you dolt.
Bumper catch. Great pass, but that means shit if they see it coming. The rest of you in the box, when the shot goes, you follow it in.
Yeah, you smell that, lads? That's the Roy Kent effect.
See.
Yep.
Some coach jealousy going on.
Hey, Roy, you know you're paid to coach the whole team.
Well, that's fine. Just take 4% of my paycheck.
Hey!
Do you have lunch plans?
As a matter of fact, I do, yeah. Coach Bear and I here are doing secret sandwich switcheroo every other Friday. What we do is I'll make a sandwich.
I don't care. Lunch with me and my mother.
Okay, sounds great. Spoiler alert, I made you a BLT.
Samesies.
Crown and anchor at 2.
Okay.
I look forward to lunch. I'm a work in progress, a voracious book on tape listener, and a staunch believer that if you get dealt
Look at Rebecca's
lemon lavender mojitos.
Did she hiccup?
It's like reading an instruction manual as to why they're nuts.
Let's go!
How's Miss Beard doing, by the way?
Full-blown QAnon.
Yep.
They snuck that one in there.
Football against the enemy?
Wait, Ted, do you reckon you'd be up for driving us back from lunch?
Sure, I'll give it a shot.
I've got some creative work I want to do this afternoon. I kind of want to be a little bit buzzed for it.
Seems like a great idea all around. Well, I mean, that's going to be a little tricky because I'm at work. Okay, well, there you go. Crisis averted. Okay, all right now. Have fun. Bye. Henry forgot his lunch today for his field trip, but no, Michelle's there, so yeah, we're all good.
Right.
Totally drop it into one of our many conversations where Roy talks to me about his life and asks for my advice.
Philistines, I'm asking for help here.
Just agree with everything that he throws at you. Really takes the anger wind out of his brat seal. Shall we?
Yes, ma'am.
The anger wind out of his brat sails.
I thought we know how to talk to you. Then it's working.
You see, there comes a point when you realise life is long and it's also very short. And sometimes it's neither, but it is always what it is.
Wow.
For as long as I can, until I die, or until I'm murdered. Although it's slightly different in this case because I'm the one doing the leaving. And as I understand it, your wife left you.
Oh.
Yeah, that's...
Oh. How would she know that?
They're watching last night's Bake Off.
Oh, look at that one! British Bake Off. I love this show. That's me watching the show.
Call me exactly when I needed her.
The psychic.
That's incredible, isn't it?
Exactly what I needed her.
Shh, this is extraordinary. Tish. What a brave thing for a woman of her age to do. Is she going to move in with you? Oh, you should buy that Pilates machine and then I can teach her when I come over and use it.
When I come over and use it.
She'll be paying the bill, so do enjoy your free lunch.
Well, I mean, maybe it's different this time, you know. People can change.
Some can. She can't.
Poor little cake. Soggy boy.
Is that how you watch British Bake Off, Oak?
Is that how
Just
it
like
goes?
that?
We have fun watching it.
Happy Surprise Sandwich Friday.
Let's go through some shoot he did. I'll see you later. Bye.
Higgins. He's gagging.
Come on, man. Why won't you coach me?
Because you don't deserve it.
You're right. I don't deserve it.
And the way you play is dull and conformist.
It's true. I do play in quite a dull and conformist way.
His turnaround.
You're an ugly, ugly boy. Say it.
I am an ugly boy with hair that maybe could be slightly with bad hair. Fine.
Cheers. I enjoyed that.
This man refuses to coach me.
He refuses to stop being an arsehole.
Okay, Roy, you're not gonna like, but right now, Jamie here is being the mature one.
It's true. I'm being super mature. You big dumb hairy baby twat. I want to hear it.
See?
Fine. I'll tell you what's wrong with you.
All right now.
Here we go.
I will know when.
I'm actually curious about that myself, too.
We'll give you a signal.
The signal.
The signal is
What
gonna
signal? Any specifics we need to look out for?
The signal is gonna be you to tell.
It's like Roadhouse.
When to be a prick.
Until it's time to not
so
be
you
nice.
know it when you see it. So, let's keep your eyes peeled.
Maybe it's the angels in the outfield.
Here we go.
Here we go. Hunky Luca. A sexy sleepover.
Oh, that was
okay.
Luca,
So
yeah.
she's quick thanks for being one of the best parts of my day. Oh, see the contrast here? The fun fling and the deep connection.
Yep.
But I was thinking, when you come home, I'd love to make you your favourite shepherd's pie with cheesy top.
Oh, I couldn't.
Have a proper chat. How'd that sound? Perfect.
She wants to move in.
Pretty sure Rebecca could just buy her an apartment.
Wow.
Nothing like the FA Cup, Arlo. These are the games you tell your grandchildren about. Where'd you get that?
Some dodgy geezer outside the stadium. It's not bad, eh?
Homemade.
I swear, if we actually win this match, I will burn this pub to the ground. I will knock over a chair. I will channel my raging enthusiasm into ways to help my community.
That's so good, man. That's good.
Oh, nearly.
We've reached the 30-minute mark and it's still 0-0, but it's been a corker of a game so far.
Corker.
Mode, Arlo, it's a proper cup tie.
Proper. Got to give Jamie the signal.
I reckon it's time for the signal?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. You didn't by any chance come up with a better one, did you?
No.
All right. Hey, Jamie! Jamie!
Bartender.
Hey.
Called it.
Well, I tell you, mate, what did I tell you?
It's in their heads.
That is arching.
Loves it.
Yo, maybe a Loki's toboggan or upside down taxi?
You don't need it. The little prick's gonna fucking score from there.
Wait.
The little brick's gonna score from there.
It's too far.
It does give the goalie a lot of time to adjust.
Oh,
Just
look
like
at
that.
that. There it is.
All right.
Oh,
See?
Nice call. Yeah.
Nate feels left out again.
oh, he's got the thumb, Stephen.
Chris, can Richmond hold on? If I were them, I'd just leave the stadium, go after the group, just pretend that we've won the game.
I could have gone a few more rounds. Oh boy.
Your noise is
Wait,
back.
did it just say no new messages?
I feel compelled to tell a friend
Why do
something
you
he
think?
won't want to hear.
Why do you think there's no new messages?
Coaching.
I see her sometimes.
Lurking.
Around the car park. She's a bit intense, but she's adorable. Like a tipsy Reese Whitney.
I think if you care about someone, you have to keep trying. Maybe one day you'll get through.
You guys talking about Bearded Jane? She once followed me all the way home just to ask if Beard was shagging Ted.
Having some crisps.
Since the amazing goal from Tart, Spurs have completely marked him out of the game. Richmond could pull off an incredible upset, but they need to hold their nerve.
Oh, he's another panic attack.
You better not, Jamie.
Coach, you okay?
Oh, yeah, no, I gotta go. My stomach.
Whoa, what just happened?
That's the run of a man who just had a bad fish pie. Chris, is there a good fish pie?
She recognizes it.
Wait, where the fuck's that twat going?
Be kind, he looks poorly.
Ah.
The towering header from Barnett.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
She knows.
Or do we put Sam and go 3 up front? We got to be aggressive here.
Come on, Nate.
Park the bus. What? Park the bus. No one up front, do it. Oh, we need a goal. Park the goddamn bus. Go.
Oh, is this gonna work?
What's going on?
I got this. Looks like the coaching staff are panicking, Arlo. This is what?
Okay. Okay.
Wait! Disaster for Spurs!
Ted?
A slip by Barnett and Richmond are on the counter.
All right, Richmond.
Charles buries it in the back of the net. Richmond!
Ted.
Well, got the win.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
It's good to see the Roy Kent effect is alive and well.
Nothing to do with me. That is all Nate.
All right.
All right.
We got some credit for Nate.
The Great.
Some kind of what?
Wonder Kid.
I think you mean wonderkind, yeah?
Yeah. Can we fix that with editing, or is it?
No, we're live. Look, let me ask you one question. You're a great man. Does Jane make you greater?
Okay, look, I apologize. I hear you. I get it. We'll never speak of this again.
See you Monday.
See you Monday.
Yep.
That got you.
How's Finn?
Oh, he's like a Rembrandt. It's beautiful to look at, but so dim. Oh, try this. Yeah, much better.
That doesn't work.
Not too Oliver Twist?
Well, it is, but that's kind of my kink. So.
May I have some more?
Look at Nate trending.
Are they going to roast him for saying the wrong thing?
Great teamwork today. Thanks, Roy.
He was all worried about Roy coming on the team and taking some of his shine. And he got his moment.
Is he going to become famous now like he was talking to Keeley about before?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on yet.
We're going for a drink. Will you join us?
Oh, wait, are we even allowed to talk to you at night? If not, I'm so sorry.
You get me for one drink. I'll see you after.
She's got to talk to Ted.
Yeah, Ted needs some help.
I was a bit worried about you today. Hope you're okay. If you need me, just please do give me a call. It's just I'm on my way home for a very difficult conversation with my mother, and I could really do with one of your pep talks. Anyway.
Well, Ted's not in a position to be giving any pep talks right now.
Mom! Mom?
Back to Dad.
Darling, sorry to miss you. Your father apologized and bought me a new
Tesla. Yep.
I'll take you for a spin in it next time I visit. P.S. Shepherd's pie is in the fridge. Needs 2 minutes in the microwave.
Just like she said.
Oof, calling hunky Luca.
Hey, Luca. Yes, it's an actual phone call. No, I haven't been arrested. I just thought you'd like to know that my parents are away, so we could... Exactly. See you soon.
Oh, boy.
Well, we're going to find out.
Something. Ooh, they just spent
What?
like 2 or 3 weeks out the country. Oh, the lyrics.
What a misdirection. No! What a misdirection. No!
I just found my tempo like I'm DJ
can't believe
Mustard. I hear that.
Whoa! No, dude. Ted's going to be in her office, maybe?
Oh.
Yeah.
Ted, you scared me.
Oh, shit.
Are we going to see the real Ted here for a minute?
I think so.
I want to make an appointment.
How about right now?
Oh, interesting. Wow, talk about hitting us with a couple of different emotions at the end of this episode. We get the massive reveal about Rebecca's fella that she's talking to. Turns out to be our buddy here's a hell of a player on the team, I might add. So I'm sure that won't complicate things at all.
Oh, it won't at all.
No.
I'm sure it won't.
But you know what's interesting is, you know, when Ted had the panic attack at the club, we don't really know what kind of caused it or brought it on, because that situation seemed different than the one he was at with the game, unless it was, you know, the stress of trying to come up with a way to win. Like, okay, have all the cheery and positive talks you want, but at some point you've got to come up with a play to win the game. And I don't know if that's what it was or if we're going to get more into that, but Ted definitely needs some help. And they've been teasing that in these couple of episodes where he always kind of writes off the therapist.
Well, I think, you know what, I think when I look at what we have going on, in the first season, expectations were low. So even though they faced relegation, they got relegated, you know, they had a bunch of ties and all this and that was happening. So it was his first year, expectations were low. But I think like when he gets under like real pressure, because look, there's a lot of people, and I'm not saying that this is Ted, but we all know people like this in real life, and it's a very real thing where people will, during high stress situations or highly emotional situations or when they're sad, all sorts of things, deflecting or comedy can be a defensive mechanism.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
And always his big positivity.
Yeah,
always
like
so positive.
So there's a couple different ways you can look at this. One, it's the deflecting. Two, and I've said this before, and I think I might have said it in the previous episode where we had this breakdown. One of the things about always being the person who's always positive and always strong and always uplifting is that if that's how people know you, they're a whole hell of a lot likely to ask you, are you okay? You know, there's a quote out there somewhere. I've mentioned it before. I mentioned it in Ted Lasso. I've mentioned it in a couple other things. And it's like the one thing about always being the strong person is nobody ever asks you if you're okay. Because people just assume, oh, he's the happy guy. He's the funny guy. He's the strong guy. And it's hard sometimes to tell whether, look, some people who that's who they are and they are okay. And some people it's a mask or they just hide certain things because they think they have to fit this mold that honestly some people have created for themselves in some regards. But it's good that we finally got to see Ted in the therapist's office.
Yeah, and what I'm wondering is, and I'm not sure if this is maybe the brilliance of Jason's acting as Ted, but it seems like there's maybe 2 or 3 different Teds on this show. There's the positive, uplifting Ted that he normally is when he's doing the Diamond Dog stuff, where he's in there with everybody and he's talking to Roy. There's that version of Ted. Then there's the Ted that has the breakdowns where he just completely loses it. And then there's the Ted where he's putting on the positive face, but you know it's bullshit. Like when he was talking to the therapist in the hallway, that was the phoniest thing I've ever seen. I didn't believe a word of what Ted was saying to her.
She caught that too.
Yeah, and she obviously caught it. So I think it big shout out to Jason for his acting in he's acting the same, but he's not the same, if that makes sense. You know, Ted's doing what he normally does, but you don't believe it. So it's a credit to him for the way he has to twist that acting. But good to see Nate got some shine here. I did wonder how that was going to go with the Wonder Kid thing, if that was going to be like the Dan Quayle potato moment for him, where that was all they were going to remember. They weren't going to remember that he came up with this awesome play. They were going to remember that he misspoke Wonder Kid versus Wunder Kid, or the pronunciation.
I thought Wonder Kid I thought was right. I mean, that's just look in the U.S. Wonder Kid. That's right, isn't it? But in any
Opinions
regard,
vary. But so I was, it seemed like they kind of left that one a little bit open-ended. It did kind of play into the episode before where he was talking to Keely about maybe wanting to be famous. Although, we got through that. He was able to find his confidence, but maybe now he's going to find himself thrust into the spotlight through no choice of his own, really, other than just what he had to do with Ted leaving the field. So that was interesting. I don't know about you guys. I thought that Beard was going to dump Jane at that moment, and maybe he's getting ready to soften the blow.
No,
after he had the talk with Higgins, he was like, "We're never going to talk about this again." I took it as Higgins.
Well, remember,
they've
broken up and gotten back together like 9 times already.
That's true.
Well, I think what that was showing is Higgins was going with his gut. He was doing the right thing and telling a friend. And I think we've all been in this situation. This is the one thing I really love about the show is there's some stuff that's kind of out there, but there's a lot of stuff that's very relatable. And all of us have had that friend where, and I've been the guy on again, off again relationships, right? And your friend like, hey, it's not a good situation. And it's not always saying something bad about the other person. Sometimes it's just you two are just not a good match. And you always kind of want to be careful what you say. Like, what if you say something too harsh? And then they get back together. Then you have to be like, But I think that was, it was Beard recognizing that a friend was looking out for him and appreciating it because he hasn't been in that situation. Nobody else was saying anything. And Beard obviously knows that people around him can see that there's some toxicity in that relationship. But Higgins did what he needed to do, and they hugged it out and they said, okay, we're not going to talk about it moving forward. And then you saw a very lighthearted moment between Beard and Jane where, she was like, she had no interest in the guy that was there. So she's jealous about him and he's concerned about her doing stuff. And it was almost like a lighthearted moment where they showed her having some fun. And it's like sometimes when you look at other people's relationships, I think, and think it might be messed up, it might work for them. And I know that sounds super cliche. Look, there's a lot of unhealthy things that can happen in relationships.
She got kicked out of her place and was like, "Oh, so now she's moving in,
right?"
Yeah. But everybody on the outside saying no.
But they left it on kind of a lighthearted note with Beard and Jane.
Putting a hat on he clearly did not want to wear. It's lighthearted.
But the fact that she's like, he was all worried about the date and she's like, oh yeah, but he was, a total airhead. And he's like, oh, okay.
Dim.
He was very dim. So he kind of rolled back on his anxiety about what she was doing all day. And I think it kind of showed, that the hat, like, hey, I like you more in this hat. Look, and what guy hasn't been through that? Like, hey, you should try wearing this, know?
If you saw the draft, that's why I was wearing that hat. Listen, Quinn liked me in that hat.
That's true. And that's an interesting point you bring up about the relationships, because we had the one that, I don't know, I like to hear what you guys think about it. The one with Rebecca's mom and her dad, that one I thought was kind of weird because I felt like they didn't give it maybe enough time that maybe they could have to kind of explore things a little bit. Like Rebecca had the brief moment where she talked about it. Yeah, she did this before when I was in college, said it was over, then bought her something fancy, back together again. And they do this on and off again all the time. She's over it. Everybody else was like, oh, that's interesting. But, like I said, she's been seeing it firsthand, but I'm not sure where they're going to go with that or what that did to Rebecca. And I don't know, maybe you guys got something out of it. I didn't.
I don't know. The thing of it is because it was Rebecca being able to tell Higgins to stay out of it, or her view was stay out of it, because when she did say something, her mother didn't talk to her for 9 months, and it felt like it hurt her relationship with him. So like for her, it was what she was saying is, hey, you two are having a squabble. I'm going to stay out of it because that way I'm on both your guys' sides. Not, yeah, you're right, you should have left him, and then all of a sudden you get back together. Now you Now you both hate me instead of just letting it go organically. So that's where Rebecca's going. But then Higgins, on the other hand, is like, look, I see how much you're hurting being with him. You don't deserve this. You deserve better, and you do it. And then you can still be the bad guy, because then you, in your mind, might be like, well, no, I still love the person. I still want to be with the person. So I mean, this is a couple that broke up over chess. So I'm a little leery about it.
What did you take out of Rebecca's kind of reading the note and her expression?
Well, it was just, look, she said
like,
she's
same
been
old,
dealing
same
with
old.
it for years.
She was
and
like,
look,
like,
this
here we go
episode
again.
had so much depth. And by the way, the title, The Signal, the people who titled The Signal, it's, we're going to have a signal for Jamie Tart. Okay, the signal was about how many different signals were there in here? There's so many. Nate, this is your sign, Nate.
Roy
this
Kent.
is your sign, Nate.
Roy Kent wrote the episode.
Right. Well, Brett Goldstein. Nate, this is your sign. This is the signal to you, Nate, to step up.
And he spit again.
They had the episode where he was whatever, and then we saw like he was losing his kind of swagger a little bit, and he's a little bit jealous of Roy coming in. That was his signal to step up. Higgins, and granted, these are two very, very different situations, but Rebecca called Higgins out earlier for not saying anything about her husband and stuff like that. And granted, these are two
He said too, I should have been
braver. And so look, this was Higgins' signal to say, you know what? I need to say something. This was Rebecca's signal to be like, you know what? Some people are going to do what they're going to do. And Rebecca, she came out, said when she was in college or uni, told her mom that she deserved better, which is a tough spot to be in for kids. And look, sometimes, you know, that's the way it is. You know, we try to love our parents, but you know, sometimes they're just not the best together. But there's so much like, this is your signal, this is your signal, this is your signal. And I also think Rebecca's getting her signal about things between Hunky, what's his face?
Hunky Luca, and then who we found out was Sam.
Which is like, look, and here's why. Now I almost feel bad because, look, you can't have nothing can happen between Rebecca and Sam. It just can't. What is he, 21-year-old player?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That can happen. But
you're basing it on age. No, you should be basing it on the president, owner of the team.
That's a lot of that.
Well,
was one of
what
the
he's
things.
saying.
That's what I said.
No, he said, what is he, like 21?
Well, yeah,
that's
he's
the second. The second thing I said after that was the team thing. That was just what I brought up first. But the thing is, it's like, look, and look, I can't imagine they're going to write a story. Like, look, maybe something funny happens. I can't imagine they're going to put in some relationship story with Sam and Rebecca. But look, maybe this is Rebecca's sign, the signal, like, find somebody, not Sam, who makes you feel like that. And I'll go back to perks of being a wallflower. We accept the love we think we deserve. It's one of my favorite quotes, I think, from any movies that we've watched that involve that topic. We accept the love that we think we deserve. And at first we saw Rebecca was like, oh my God, there's a guy that's nice to me, right?
And she was rolling through the guys.
And Hunky Luca doesn't. I don't want to talk smack about Hunky Luca. He doesn't. They haven't given us.
Anything.
They haven't given us anything to not like him. They're two adults having fun. They haven't made him seem like he was naked in the kitchen, but they haven't made him seem like a total airhead or whatever. You know, the guardian angel thing, yeah, whatever. But you know, they haven't made him not likable, but there's just not the depth there. It's a hookup type thing, right? So maybe this is the sign for Rebecca to find somebody, not Sam, that makes you feel that way and letting you know that somebody's out there. Because again, the first guy was just, hey, it was somebody who was nice. And we didn't really have anything against that guy either. No. So the fact that they called this episode The Signal and gave us so much from Jamie. And I could talk for an hour about Jamie. Like, look, sometimes you change parts of you because you have to make, some changes to be a better person. But look, you can't always just abandon who you completely who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain things that made you who you are, and you can always become a better person, but you don't have to abandon who you are. And this show, I'm telling you, I cannot, episode after Fucking, I guess this is the show.
Roy Kent over
If
here.
there's any show we can drop F-bombs out, it's this one.
Apparently, yeah.
Episode
I
after
just thought you were going to talk about watching the Bake Off and
after every
swearing at that again.
fucking episode. And look, if you are not watching the Great British Bake Off, you have to watch it. It is so much.
Do I have to?
You do. You have to watch it.
What do you think, Answer?
It's fun. It's look. I look. It's,
What channel's it on?
I don't know. We watched it on Netflix.
Oh, okay. I thought it was something I had to pay
have,
for. I have Netflix.
You have some.
Yeah, that you don't pay for. Anyways, go on.
No, but so like it's the same for me. Like when I watched Forged in Fire, I know nothing. These guys are all very talented at what they do, and I'll be yelling at my guy, you quenched too early. Your blade is shit, you know. And so I'll watch the Great British Bake Off. Very much in fun.
We watch America's Worst Chef.
That ganache
makes
is
you feel
shit. I don't
better.
even know what a ganache is. But yeah, it's very, very
You should watch
relatable.
America's Worst Chef. It'll make you feel better about yourself. That's for sure. Yeah, I love this episode again with every Ted Lasso episode, and now we're seeing the inner demons that's going on with Ted. Who knows what else we got? We know there's obviously the divorce, but is there anything else that he's maybe not told us or hiding? And so maybe we'll learn about that more and more as he goes to see Doc to help him out
Well,
because
he's got nobody to bounce stuff off of.
yeah, I mean,
He's a strong one.
Well, look at what happened though too. Is like there's a crisis with his son, and he can't do anything.
he can't
about
do
it.
anything,
He's
yeah.
halfway around the world.
But he wouldn't even share with people. It's like he does. It's almost like Ted doesn't. He's the guy who doesn't want to burden other people. He's always the one that people tell.
Well, I
their
think that
problems
part where
to.
you're like kind of saying his like acting was like acting happy or whatever. No, I think that was also just him. But two, it shows that he always listens to everybody else. He's not if he's talking to him, it's about having fun or something like that. He's not telling him anything that's troubling
serious.
him. But yet he knew the mom's birthday. He knew this. He knew that, and all their names. Like he knew that about them, but they probably know nothing about him himself.
Yeah, I took it like the kid either got in trouble or got hurt or something.
Well, at first I thought hurt.
Yeah.
Well, I thought
Turns out it
hurt.
was
You
just
know,
the lunch.
Well,
yeah, but still to him, it's still important that he would want to be there to.
No, that's
help
what I'm
him
saying.
out.
But I'm saying it's not like the kid got ran over by a bus. He forgot his lunch, and Michelle was bringing it.
Yeah. Well, why are you?
What? Why are you looking like
at
that?
oh my fucking! Dude, no, don't fucking edit this out. I'm speechless. He told obviously it wasn't his lunch. There was something, holy fuck. This is one of the worst moments I've had reacting with you two motherfuckers. Guy, something very serious happened. He didn't want to tell the other people in the room, so all he said was, oh, my kid forgot his lunch. Go watch it again. Something happened. He got hurt,
there we go.
or he got in trouble at school. Something serious happened. And they're like, is everything okay? And he just was like, yep, just forgot the lunch.
We'll have to revisit that.
Well, let us know in the comments.
Help them in the comments.
Yeah.
Or correct Oak, whichever it is.
Yeah, either one. Or Oak is wrong. We'll see.
I know I'm right here.
Well, we'll find
We'll
out.
watch it back.
Did you have anything else answered?
No, that
Sorry.
was it. That
Okay.
was all I had.
I didn't mean to jump in.
No,
on you
don't
like
worry.
that.
Don't worry. That happens. Thank you all for joining us on this episode. This has been getting good, great, even better. So for
It's just a lunch.
Sourpuss over there and Mason Quinn, I'm of course the answer. Actually, it's Appleton Oak. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.